Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel, The Post The Coder. Let's learn something new today. Today we are going to learn about one of the most productivity feature inside Cursor IDE, Cursor Skills. Many developers are confuse Cursor Skills with Cursor Rules, but both are actually different. Cursor Rules help define coding standards like use TypeScript, create reusable components, use clean architecture. But Cursor Skills are reusable workflows that help us to complete development tasks very quickly. For example, committing code to Git, reviewing the code changes, or creating new feature. Instead of repeating the same steps manually, Cursor Skills help us to automate these workflows. This improves speed, reduce the mistakes, and make development much more smoother. In this video, I will show demo of automate the Git workflows using Cursor Skills, so you can clearly understand the purpose of Cursor Skills. Before we move forward, let's clearly understand the difference between cursor rules and cursor skills. Cursor rules define how code should be written, like use TypeScript only, follow clean folder structure, create reusable components. These are all development standard. But cursor skills define how works get done, like commit and push code changes to Git repository, or create a branch and open pull request. These are all workflows. So the simple difference is rules define the standards and skills define the execution flow. That's why cursor skills are more powerful in real-time projects. Now let's look at one practical and very useful cursor skill example. Suppose we finished developing a feature in our project. Now we need to commit and push our code changes into Git repository. Here, usually developers follow multiple steps like creating a branch, reviewing the code changes, and committing the changed files with proper commit message and push the branch into the Git repository. This process gets repeated almost every day. So we can create one cursor skill like commit and push code changes in Git repository. This cursor skill workflow includes create a branch, review the code changes, and commit and push the code changes in Git repository. Instead of repeating the same steps again and again, with the help of this cursor skill, we will automate the GitHub related work. This makes work speeder and bug free. Now let's do the real practical demo. Here I have created React project and I have created the cursor skill called commit and push changes to Git. If you go to the skill, here we are defining that our skill name is commit and push changes to Git and we are giving brief description about this skill. These are the steps we created to complete our GitHub work under this cursor skill. You can see the multiple steps we are defining. Cursor, check repository status, proposing a branch name and ask confirmation before creating it. Like that, we are creating so many tasks to complete our GitHub work. Under the each task, it will run few Git commands to finishing their each task. And finally, once our this workflow is completed, it return a few details like branch name, staged files, commit, push target, and result. This is the sample cursor skill which we have created, but we can optimize it bit more. Now let's see, we will do some code changes and see how this cursor skill will automate our work. Now I have done some code changes like under the app.css and under the app.jsx. Instead of manually committing these code changes, let's do with the help of our cursor skill which we have created. Under the agent box, if you click on the slash, you can see what are all the skills we have defined under our project. Since we are defining commit and push changes to Git, here I am selecting this skill. I'm running this skill. It start the running the skill and it is asking to approve few commands to run. Once the commands is run is completed, it is proposing the branch name and what are all the file changes it is identified. Before going to commit it, where it is asking to our approval. Here the branch name is main, our current branch, and the what are all the files it is detected is app.css and app.jsx, and it is identify the remote branch where should be committed, and it is proposing the branch name is future slash app UI updates. If you give the approval like yes, start executing the next steps. and it again are running the few commands to complete the task. So before committing this code changes, again it is asking for our review and approval. So here it is asking the approval for commit message like refined app here, styling and visuals. So this is the commit message. The cursor skill is defined. If you are fine with this commit message, we can give simply yes. Then start executing the next steps. Now the part is completed, and before pushing these changes into the repository, again it is asking our confirmation. Once it is all the details is fine for us, if you give the yes, it will push our changes to our repository. Now we can see that our files are also pushing into the repository, and it will give the final overview, what branch it is created, and few other details for our reference. This is the best example of how cursor skill will automate your regular or repeated work. How much efficiently you are defining your cursor skill, it will reduce your human efforts and automate your work with bug free.